Now, if you open the AutoCAD 2007 or 2004, the screen will look like this. The screen will look like this. Okay. Now, see at the top, the file, edit, view, insert, format. This line is called the main menu. Main menu. And the topmost one is called the title bar. And just below the title bar, it is called menu bar, which comprises of file, edit, view, insert, etc., etc. Okay. Just below the menu bar, you have another bar, this one. Follow my cursor, right? This one. I have already sent you the nomenclature of different menu bars, title bars of AutoCAD screen. This thing is called standard toolbar, right? So this is the title bar, this is the menu, this is called standard toolbar. This black screen or white screen, whatever you have, it is
Sir,
called working space.
sir,
Yes.
someone is trying to join.
No, he cannot join. This is the screen where you have to do some work. This one, where some texts are written, this is called command prompt window, right? Command prompt line. Okay. Adjacent to the black or white screen, left bottom, you will see some small words are written, layout 1, layout 2, model. This is called model or layout toolbar. Model or layout bar, right? Okay. Now, you have to arrange the screen in this way. What I'm doing? I am placing the cursor on a particular menu or toolbar, click left mouse button on it over here, then I move the mouse. So these are the toolbars, those are shifted. Why I am doing this, you will understand later. What I am doing, I place the mouse cursor over here where you can see two double lines, click left mouse button, hold it, then move the mouse. In similar fashion, I'm doing this. Okay? This one. I want to remove, cross it. I don't want this toolbar for time being. Okay? There is another one. Layers, close it. Okay. Now your screen look like this. This is the title bar, then menu, standard toolbar, working space, layout model tab, and this is the command line. Okay. Just at the bottom, you may have some other tabs which indicates different modes. You will understand this later. At the bottom left corner of the screen, you can see some digits. Can you see it? And these are basically coordinates, X, Y, Z. If you move your cursor on the screen, you can see that X and Y coordinates are changing. I'm not talking about the units. We can fix the unit later. X and Y coordinates are changing, while this one, the third one, Z coordinate, it remains 0, 0. There is no change. This means that this black or white space on this space, if you move your pencil or the cursor, you are basically changing your XY position, XY coordinates, without changing the Z coordinates. That means your Z coordinate is basically perpendicular to the screen or on the other side of the screen, right? And your mouse only can move on XY plane. It cannot, for the time being, you cannot change its position in Z direction. So this working space is basically the XY coordinate space. While you are doing any drawing on a drawing sheet, that is your XY space, XY plane, right? You cannot do anything on the Z, right? Here also, in the AutoCAD, whatever you do it on the XY plane. Now, I have removed all the necessary toolbars which may require for drawing, right? Why I remove it? Because I want to bring back those toolbar one by one and show you how to bring it and how to dock it on the screen as per my convenience. I request you all to do placement of this toolbar in the same manner as I do. Right. See here on the screen, some command prompt is invoked, right? To get out of this command, what I have to do, I have to press escape. I have to press escape. Then you will see the current command is stopped. Okay. So remember that suddenly or accidentally, if any command is by default, it started working without your knowledge or by any mistakes, right? To get out of that command, to get out from that command, you have to press escape. Okay. Now I have to bring back those toolbar which are necessary for the drawing. All of you can see my command. What I do, I move cursor very slowly between this menu and standard toolbar. Right? This is the menu bar, this is the standard toolbar. Place the cursor in between menu and standard toolbar, right? Place the cursor, which is neither on the menu bar nor on the standard toolbar, right? Then press right button of the mouse. If you press it, you will see a pen will open like this, where many things are written. Now, at present, you can see this standard written word, it is checked by a tick mark, because at present this standard toolbar is active and docked on the screen. See, this is the standard toolbar. That is why it is checked in. If you want to bring your toolbars for your drawing, first of all, you have to know the name of the toolbar, and then you have to check in, right? Check in by the side of the name of the toolbars. Okay. So for drawing, what we need this draw toolbar. So I checked in. So we get the draw toolbar here. Now I have to drop this draw toolbar at the left hand side of the screen. So what I do, I place the cursor on the blue color space on the toolbar, click left mouse button, hold the mouse in this position and move in this way. Move in this way. Now it is horizontal. Try it till it becomes vertical. Right. See, it becomes vertical. So I placed it here, this way. So I placed the draw toolbar. Then I have to again do the same thing. I require modify toolbar. Why modify toolbar? Because once I have drawn something with the help of draw toolbar, if it is required to modify that drawing, right? So I need modify tools. So check in the modify toolbar. So I bring the modify toolbar in similar fashion. I press it with left mouse button, hold it, and then take it closer to the draw toolbar till it becomes vertical. I place it here. So I have modify toolbar, draw toolbar, right? Besides draw toolbar, I have this modify toolbar. Then I need dimension toolbar. I have drawn something, I modify that, but I need to give some dimension to the drawing, what I have drawn, right? So I need dimension toolbar. Check in. I got the dimension toolbar on the screen. Now I place the dimension toolbar on the right hand side of the screen till it becomes vertical. Hold it. Right. I place the dimension toolbar. I need another toolbar. That is called Object Snap toolbar. Object Snap. This is very important toolbar. I will explain the function of object snap toolbar, its significance, importance afterwards. So I want to place the object snap toolbar besides the dimension toolbar in this way. So I have on the screen draw toolbar, then modify toolbar on the right hand side, dimension toolbar, then this thing, object snap toolbar. Okay. For the first time, I allowed him to enter the class, but afterwards, after the scheduled time, don't enter the class because that is very disturbing. Now, we require more toolbars like property toolbar. Is very important toolbar, property toolbar, right? I place the property toolbar over here. Then layer toolbar, which is very important, layers. Just below the standard toolbar. Viewport toolbar, which is also important. Zoom toolbar, very important. UCS, Universal Coordinate System, important. Okay, this much for now. Escape, because I already invoked command. Now arrange it properly. Right. So your screen will look like this. Okay. Now, anything you do here, suppose I click, suppose I press left mouse button on the screen, keeping the cursor on the screen, you will see that coordinates here are changing. At the same time, in the command line, command prompt, you will see that command specify opposite corner. AutoCAD asking me to give the opposite corner. That means whatever I do on the screen, right? everything will be stored or written on the command prompt, right? Actually,
So, sir, someone is trying to join.
this is done. Actually, this happens accidentally. So to get out of that, I press escape. When I press escape, you will see that this line will go out. See, it is refreshed. Now, you have to make your screen look like this. Okay. So hopefully the first part, it is clearly understood to you all. Next part is this one. That can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
this is called the template. In the first year, first sem or second sem, you have drawn some figures, curves on the drawing sheet or A4 sheet, where you have made the template, right, with outside lines, borders, right. So here also in AutoCAD we can prepare this kind of template with margins and the body lines, right? In manual drawing, for each assignment, you need to prepare the template. Okay. So that was little bit time consuming because you are doing the same thing for each assignment. But here in AutoCAD, you have some advantage that if you can prepare once this template for you, and you can store this template with extension DWT, means template extension, right? Point dot DWT files. It is called DWT files, template files, right? If you can store this file in your system, each and every time you can call this template and you can draw it on the template itself, right? So you don't need to do this each time for every assignment. So this is the advantage. So you have to prepare this template for you. These dimensions, these are given, right? Everything is given. How to do this? Today I will show you what are the steps, how to create this kind of template. Okay? Your first assignment to all classes, your first assignment is to prepare the template. As you see here, with dimensions, names, only thing the student's name will change, roll number section will change, other thing will remain as it is. So there are some changes, so that I will show you later. Okay. So you have to prepare this thing, and I will do here this template, right? So that you will learn the steps, and when you see the video, you can do it. Okay. Now, that template size is A4. A4 size. Do you know what is A4? You know. You know A4, A3, A2, A1. You can choose any kind of uh, size of templates, right? You have also standard templates in the AutoCAD library, right? But don't use that because we are at the initial stage of learning the AutoCAD. So we will prepare our template of according our choice. Okay. Now to start drawing the template, if you have pen and paper, try to note the steps so that you can remember. First of all, what you have to check, you have to check whether I have the AutoCAD screen to look like this. You check it first. Then this is very important step. Go to format, go to units, see what are the units, precision, okay. Inches, instead of inches, make it millimeters. Because in engineering drawing, we follow the dimension of the units for the dimension as millimeter, right? The first one. You can change the text style. I prefer Arial. Give a height, say 2. Apply. Okay. Next, you go to File, then go to Page Setup Manager. Page Setup Manager. Click it. Modify. Very important steps. Select printer or plotter name. If you have a printer, give, right? Or if you have a PDF printer, right? You can select that one. I don't have PDF printer, so I choose XPS document writer. Okay. In your case, if you have printer or PDF printer, you can choose that one. Then go to paper size, A4, because we are going to prepare a template, A4, A4. Then go down at the middle, plot scale, fit to paper, uncheck this one, right? Take a custom scale with 1 millimeter of dimension with 0.47 units instead of take 1 millimeter equivalent to 1 unit. Okay, select this one. Plot style table. This is for colors, print. You choose monochrome. because you are going to draw the drawing in different colors. If the drawing lines in yellow, so while printing that will be very faint, you cannot hardly visible. So it is better to choose always monochrome so that you can see the drawing in black and white contrast. Assign this plot tiles level to all layouts, right? Landscape, okay, okay, close, right? So I have done this with model tab. Now the model tab is on, layout is not on. If I click layout, it will look like that. Model, click model, it will look like this. So now I have done this with model on. Now you have to do one thing. These are very, very important steps while creating the template. And if you create the template and save it, when you call back the template for newer assignment, all the settings will be saved as it was created in during the time of creating template, right? So these are very important. Next, you have to go to limit. Limit is a command. It's called draft setting, that you will understand later. Format. Where is the form? Limits. Limits. Is not there. Okay. Because here I want to give a particular command which is called limit, right? And this command either maybe in under edit menu or view or insert or format, right? Actually, I forgot that one where it is actually. Okay. Now, if I forgot, then what to do? There is a way. What is the way? Just write limit. Limits. If I write limit, okay. If I write limit, limit, it will give error command. Press F1 for help. So the command is limit or limits. I forgot suppose. And I also could not remember under which menu we can find the limit command. I forgot that one. It may happen many times. There are so many commands. It may also happen to you, right? So in that case, what you can do, you can just write limit. So limit is not working. So I write escape, limits. Something. limits, limits. When I click, write limits and press enter, right? You can see in the command prompt, it is asking for the lower left corner. Now, what is limit? Limit is for the page or the screen, which you can see exactly what in front of us, right? The screen that we want to see in front of us for the drawing, right? So I have to provide the limit for that, right? So it has by default it is taken the lower corner, left corner as 000, right? Now it asks for, if I press enter, what does it mean? I confirm that I choose the left corner as 00. And the upper right corner, it is given 12 and 9. That means it was given in inches. So I have to write it in millimeter, right? In terms of millimeter for A4 sheet, right? So the dimension for the A4 sheet is 294 by 210. So it is in the landscape because I have set the limit in that way in the page setup. So 294 is now here X and 210 is the Y. So that is the limit. Okay. So I press this one. Now I have created this limit. Now I want to see this limited rectangular page for which I have given the limits, right? I want to see that screen, that page exactly in front of me. So there is no borderline. So, but if I write here another command is zoom, say ZOOM zoom, right? So this zoom comes under this zoom toolbar. This is called zoom toolbar. If you move your cursor very slowly, you will see there are different types of zoom: zoom window, zoom dynamic, zoom scale, zoom center, zoom object, zoom in, zoom out, and the zoom all. So I want to select zoom all. I can click this zoom all, or since I've given the command here zoom, press it here. So you can see in the command line it is asking for which category of zoom you are preferring. So I'm preferring the zoom all. So I write all, right? So the screen that I have created here with size 00 to 294 by 210, that is exactly in front of me. You can check it. How? If you take the mouse at the left, you can see X and Y coordinate here, X and Y coordinate here. It is very close to 0, right? One is minus 98 and 6, right? Okay. And if you move towards right, you will see what I've given X as 294. So it is showing 338. So it is well contained. If I move in the upward direction, height is Y is 210. It has to be very close to 210. Okay. You can see the Y is 207 or 200, something like that, 210, more than 210. So that screen, that limited screen, when I have given the command zoom all, that is exactly in front of me, right? So this is the limit. This is the significance of limit. Okay. Now, I have done it for model, right? Can I do the same thing for the layout? Yes. Only thing, I have to click layout 1 and get this screen. Okay. Now this is basically the viewport. I have to delete this one. I've deleted this one. So you have a screen in front of you. So what are the steps I did for the model? I do it here so that I want one-to-one correspondence between model and the layout. So do the same thing. Textile aerial, okay, that has been there because I already saved this one. Format, units, check it here, okay, fine. Then go to File, Page Setup Manager, Modify, XPS document. In my case, your case, you give your printer name. Okay, A4, layout mode fit 1:2. This is have to change. Monochrome, okay. This everything is okay, fine. So I have Susenjit. So you see the screen little bit changes. Now you have to check whether it is A4 or the units are same. If you move it here, it is okay, okay, fine. Still, for surety, I take limit. I do the same steps as I did in case of models. Limits. This is minus 3.3. No, I choose 0, 293, 206. No, 294, 210. And zoom all. This is zoom all. I can write it here, or I can select this one. Click. That's a zoom all. Now you can see, you can move. This is A4, the size exactly A4. Okay. Now this thing, these hidden lines are basically the fence lines, you can call it. Why it is given? It is given because if you see here, if I this is A4 sheet and it is in the zoom all condition. This is also A4, but no border lines. This is also in zoom in condition, right? Now suppose if I draw one circle like that, you will see that this drawing you can not see here because there is no tab. You will understand it later, right? But I want to show you that if you draw any line, suppose I have drawn over a circle over here, right? If I take a viewport of this size, right? So with the help of the viewport, I can see the same drawing over here. Same drawing over here. But if any portion of the drawing goes out of that limit, the limit that I have provided, right? That won't be shown over here. This is number one. Number two, any line beyond this hidden line, fence line, that won't come on layout, right? So this hidden line has got meaning. In that sense, whatever you want to see on the screen or in a print, you have to do within this fence line. You have to do it within this, not beyond this line. You can check it. If I draw a line like that, I can do it, right? But actually, this layout is a template. I actually do work over here in the model, and that will be transferred to the layout in the template with the help of viewport. So in that case, right, if you have drawn anything outside this line, you won't see it, right? Now I have to create a template. Okay. Now for template, you have seen that the margin lines are thicker line. So I have to provide some thick lines, right? And this is done with different layers, with different colors. So we have to understand what is layer, right? Layer is basically that if you want to do same similar or same kind of activity, right, on a screen, that will be saved as a particular layer. If you want to do different kinds of activity, that will be saved in different kind of layers. Now, what are the difference of activities? Difference is that suppose in one layer you have drawn some figures with some thickness, right? But in the other layer you want to give a, a thicker line, more thick lines, or with different colors, or with some other properties, right? So you always want that similar kind of things must be stored in a particular layer, right? And if you want to see grossly the whole drawing, you punch all the layers one above another to see the complete picture of your drawing, right? Now, advantage is that suppose you have made on particular types of line or in properties, you can just change the layer property, everything will be changed. You don't have to uh, go through deeper into the drawing. You don't have to change all different lines, right? So these are the advantages. So layer toolbar is this one. This is the layer toolbar. Okay. Now you understand that this AutoCAD version is a pirated version, so be cautious about that. Whenever suppose you create one layer, you can change its properties afterwards. But since it's a pirated version, what will happen? You cannot change that one. That is the problem. So in forehand, you must know how many layers or which type of property has to be assigned to a particular line. Okay. So I create the new layers in this way. Number of layers I've created. Okay. Leave the zero layer, default layer, right? Leave that one. You start from layer 6. Click here. Give a name, because in this particular layer, I want to draw the thicker border lines. So that is the margins. Margin line. Okay. Right in this way. OUT, outer margin line. Be precise. And you want to choose a color red for this one. Okay. And the line has to be continuous, but the line weight you want to change like 0.40, right? Okay. So in this layer, outer margin layer, the line will be red line, which is continuous line, and line weight is 0.4. Apply it. Okay. Now I'm going to draw a line C. This is the draw toolbar. In the draw toolbar, you can see different commands. Many things you can draw. You can draw line, you can draw infinite line, you can draw polyline, right? The polygon, hexagon, curves, circles, etc., etc. You can do it, right? So at home, you will try all the commands of your own, right, on the model and see what happens in the toolbar. But you do it, but do it after completing the template, right? So each and every command you have to understand in this way, just by practicing of your own. So I have created one layer, but here in the layer it is not showing. So I have to select that one, outer margin line. So now this layer is active. Now, whatever I do it on this outer margin line layer. This is the line command. If I draw a line, you will see the line is red. Okay. Now, can you see the thickness? You cannot see the thickness, but if you take the printout, you will see that this line is thicker. This is number one. Another thing, that if you click at the bottom, follow my cursor, you will see there is LWT, right? Line weight. If you click it, you can see the thicker line. If I click this one, thin line. If I click it, you can see the thick line. Okay. Zoom all. Delete this. I have to draw a rectangle for the margin. So what I do, I select this rectangle command from the draw toolbar. If I click, follow the command line. Click it. Specify for the rectangular command is invoked. Asks for the first corner point. So you can do this zoom in, zoom out just by moving rolling the scroller of the mouse, the roller, right? Scrolling on the mouse. So I have what I have to do now. I have to draw a rectangle, but in the command line, it is asking for the first corner point. So my first corner point, obviously, this one, the lower corner of the drawing sheet. Okay. But I know at the same time, if I choose any point outside these hidden lines, these fencing lines, it would come in the print. So I have to select over here. Select this one. Right? Now, when I click it, the first command is completed, that I have already given the first corner point. Now it is asking for the second corner point. So it is the top corner. Okay. See the lines. Okay. Line weight is on, so I make it off. Zoom all, click zoom all to bring it in front. So this is the outline. I do it further. Okay, I delete this one. I want to do it once again. See, click this one in this layer. Okay. So you can see the margin, right? Now, as per drawing, this inside line, it is 10 millimeter. This gap is 10 millimeter. Nowhere is written. It is 10 millimeter. Within the outer margin, you have to draw another rectangle, right? Now, there is one way I can draw another rectangle within this bigger outside rectangle. But the gap between these two rectangles is 10 millimeter. That I don't know here. How can I control this distance? So I can measure the length, I can do it. But there is another way that, see, I have in the previous command, I have used the rectangle, right? I have drawn the rectangle. At present, I want to draw another rectangle within the outer rectangle, which is 10 millimeter within that from all sides. Okay. Now, the inner rectangle I have to draw. But one thing I can do here, instead of drawing a fresh rectangle, I can just modify the outermost rectangle in such a manner that the new one will be created within 10 millimeters. This is from the outer one. So I'm not creating a new rectangle. I'm just modifying the outer rectangle in a particular fashion. So what can I do? I can, instead of going for draw command, since I'm going to modify the initial rectangle, I can go to modify toolbar. This one is the modify toolbar, right? And here in the modify toolbar, I have one command which is called offset, right? Offset command, right? So I can click this one. Once I click this one, see what happens in the command line. Specify offset distance. It is asking for the offset distance. So here, offset distance is 10 millimeter because I want to draw a rectangle with a gap of 10 millimeter, right? Then I have to press enter. Select the object to offset. Which object you want to offset? Obviously, I want to offset this initial rectangle, this one, so I have to select this one. I select this one, right? Once selected, it will ask for specify point on site to offset. Which side? You want to do offset on this side, on the left-hand side, or the right-hand side, right? Obviously, I want to do offset on the right-hand side, which is the inner side. So I have to just click with left mouse button on the right-hand side within the initial rectangle. Click it here. See what will happen. See, the shorter rectangle has been created. Smaller rectangle has been created. Now, suppose, see, this outer rectangle is created with outer margin line layer. Inner one is created with the same layer. Now you want to change this layer because you don't want the color and the thickness you want to change the property of the smaller rectangle, right? You don't want the lines to be thicker like that outer one, right? So again, you go to this. First of all, create one layer. Sorry. See, this is inner, right? EINNER, inner margin. Right? Which color? Green. Okay. Okay. Continuous. Default thickness. I want this line to be little bit thinner. Initial, it was the 0.4. I choose it to 0.35. Okay. So, okay. Apply. Okay. Now, this layer is not changing, right? Because I'm not changing it. So what you have to do, you have to escape first. You have to go to the new layer because the inner margin, this is the inner margin, right? Sorry. It was in the outer margin, right? Select this one. I have created the new one, new layer. I want to change it to the new inner margin. Click it. So it's changed. Escape. Right? Now, If you want to delete this one, suppose you want to delete this one, you can delete it. Okay. So, okay, that's true. Okay. So the red line for the outer margin layer and inner one for the inner margin layer. Okay. Now, now I have to draw these vertical and horizontal lines, right? These are called basically grid lines. It has been explained in the first year classes what is the importance of the grid lines. You know that. So how to do these grid lines? You can see the lines are thinner, so I have to again change this one. I have to create another layer. Start for layer 15. This is for give a name. Say give a name. Say drawing lines. Or give a name to this. What could be the name? Outer margin, inner margin. So that give it line grid. ERID. Okay. And these lines, you want to change these lines with, suppose, yellow color, right? And the default thickness, give a thickness of, say, 20 millimeter. Apply thin, right? Now, you have to draw these lines, the grid lines, in this layer. Okay. Before that, you have to divide these lines into segments and find out the point from where you can draw the vertical and the horizontal lines. So how to do this? You can see that whenever I select one, say this one, escape, or this one, right? The whole rectangle is selected with all four sides, right? There is a reason behind this. If you have drawn rectangles like that, and if you want to select one line, second line, third line, you can see the all lines are selected separately, right? But here, these rectangles are selected with all four sides because these lines are basically polylines, the polylines. All segmented lines, they're connected. So I have to break this. I have to break this. So to do this, I have to go to explode. This is the explode command because it comes under the modification. I have drawn the rectangle and then I want to explode it. So it comes under modification. That you have to understand. So you can select this command from here or you can write explode the command line in this way. It will ask for the object to explode. Obviously, this one I'm selecting for explode. Then press the right mouse button to confirm it. When I press right mouse button, you can see here actually the lines are exploded. See, all 4 lines are not selected at a time. Yeah. Now, why I have done this? Because I want to select a particular line and then divide a line into equal number of segments. That is the reason I have to do explosion. Now, I have to divide this line because I have to place the grid lines. I have to divide this vertical line also. So how to do this? Here, for that, you have to go to modify, I think. Modify or somewhere here. Okay, draw. Because I want to divide the line, obviously with some points or some markers. So here, I have, I have to go to draw and to divide the lines by points and go to divide. It will ask for to select the object to divide. So these are basically all objects. So it asks for the object. So this is the object I want to divide. Enter the number of segments. So whenever you do any command, you go for any command, you have to see the command line, follow the command line, what it asks for. So it asks for the number of segments. So I want to divide it in a number 4. Enter. Right? Sorry. Okay. I think it has been divided. Right? Because I have selected this one. Now to view this one, because it is the points on the line, so we cannot see it. So we have to see those points. How to change the point style. Right? Can you see it? These yellow lines. Can you see the yellow lines?
Yes, sir.
These are the markers. Can you see? Okay. I have here I've just changed the point style. Right? So now I can see it. Now I have to draw the vertical lines. Okay? These vertical lines in this way. Now, it's very important. Here, I have to start a line from this point, this intersection point, and move it in the upward direction with an angle 90 degree, right? Now, can you, I don't have any set square or measuring instrument so that I can draw a line in that way. So there must be some tools by which we can draw those vertical lines and start drawing the line from exact point. That is very important. I mean to say that suppose I have drawn this line, okay? Now, I want to draw a second line. I have to draw it from the end of this, right? In manual drawing, we can draw it by trial and error, but in computer, how can I do this? So for that, we need this toolbar. That's what I was saying before. This toolbar, it is called the Object Snap toolbar. Object Snap toolbar, right? When you move your cursor on the different commands, you will get to know, you will understand, get to know all the different commands, right? So I'm not elaborating this one, but you have to try of your own to understand this. But the function of the Object Snap toolbar is very important in this respect, you understand now. So I have to draw a vertical line. Okay. So what I have to do? Obviously, I have to go to draw command, draw toolbar, line command. When I click the line command, it asks for the line, specify the first point. I have to select the first point from which I have to draw the line. So this is, I'm not getting this because what is the exact point that I don't know. So for that, I have to use the object snap over here, right? Snap to the intersection. So this is the intersection point. I click this one. When I click this one, see, it is giving me the extended intersection. Or you can click it here, object snap. You'll get it. If you don't get it, go to format toolbar, drawing limits. Sorry. Uh, Drafting style. Where is it? Drafting style. Dimension style, drafting style. Just a minute. Dimension, with dimension. Okay. Drafting settings, right? If you have a problem with object snap, you can object snap on, object snap tracking on F1. Default click, right? Okay. Now you go to this command. See, once I check in the tracking, it tracks automatically. If this is off, it won't track. If or track off, it won't track. Okay. So it is tracking. Okay. You don't need to click this snap on, because I have already by default I make it on. Okay. So now you are confirmed that this is the intersection point. This is a starting point. Now you can draw the lines. So vertical, perpendicular. See. So I've drawn the perpendicular line. I can draw it over here again. I click line command. I go to intersection. Then here, if I'm not getting the snap or track, click or track. Now you get this one. Okay. Right? Then you have to draw a vertical line. So you can go to again this perpendicularity, snap to perpendicular. So it will give you the perpendicular. Click confirm. In this way you can draw. There is another easier way to draw these lines. Just copy this one. Because I have drawn already, I have drawn this. I don't have to draw it further. So now I can just copy it. This is the modify. Obviously the copy will come under modify toolbar. So go for copy command. It asks for the select object. Select this one. Confirm it by right clicking the mouse right button. It will ask for the base point. So this is the base point. Right? You have select this one. Right? Then you move over here. So see, it is drawn. Right? You understand that? Similarly, you can draw the lines over here. How? Copy, group copy this one, this one, escape. Again, copy. This one. Okay. I have selected the object. Right click for the confirmation. Now I have to move it over here, right? So it will ask me for specify base point. So now I choose this is as a base point, this intersection point. Now I want to move all those lines orthogonally in this way. You can see the yellow lines this way. So for that, I click ortho. That means it will move perpendicularly and select this point perpendicular. Right click for the confirmation. You see the lines have been drawn here. Okay. I can delete these lines, this one, this one, this one by delete command. This one by delete command. Right? Similar manner, I can draw the lines over here. I'm doing the lines a little bit faster for horizontal lines. Okay. So what I have to do, I have to go to divide, where it is, I think, point, divide, select object to divide. So I have to divide this one, 4 segments, enter. Okay. Now previously I have selected the point style, so here it is coming as a cross mark. Now I have to draw this one. Now copy the line, right click confirmation. This is the anchor point. This is that. This is that, copied. Okay. Now I have to move these lines over here. Copy, group copy, select this one, select this one, select this one. Right click for the confirmation. Specify base point. So my base point will be obviously this one. This section. I have to move it orthogonally over here. Check it, it is perpendicular, so enter, escape. So I'm deleting this one, this one, this one. So I have created these lines, the grid lines. Now as my figure, I have to write ABCD, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Look, I'm doing this. Acha. For writing text, I prefer to take another layer. Write text one, give a name, text one. Okay. Apply. Select text one. Because here the texts are not written. Texts are drawn basically. So the text command is it comes under draw toolbar. Click this text, write in this way, capital A. Okay, it's very small, right? So I can do one thing. I can increase the height, say 6. Right, it will look like this. No, it will be bigger. If 4, no, 5, bold. Okay, right. Now I move this text from here to here. So here in the modify toolbar, you can see there's a move command. Just click move, select this one, right click, base point is this one, any point you choose, and try to place it centrally, keeping object snap off, tracking off, just with eye estimation. Okay. Now, once you have placed this one, you can now place it in this grid. So just do the same thing, copy, right click, snap or object snap tracking on. You have selected this one. Now you can move it orthogonally. Why you're doing this? Because here in this case, you only have to check left and right side. And now make off track. Oh shit. Copy. I made one mistake because I have to move it with multiple commands. I'll do it again. Select object, right click, object snap on. There is no multiple option. M. How to do it? Just a minute. Move command. Oh, sorry. I have to copy it. I made a mistake. Instead of move, now I will copy it. Snap off. B, C, D. Escape. So now you can change it here. Write B. Okay. C. Okay. D. Okay. So you've done that. Now you have to write ABCD over here also at the bottom. So copy it. Select 1, select 2, select 3, select 4. Right click, object snap on, select the anchor point. Now snap off, zoom all, zoom it here, see the vertical above and the bottom. Just need to press in between lines. Apply it. Okay. In a similar way, we can do, we can write one, how much I think is 5. It was 5, I think, no? Or 4. 4 with bold. Okay. Your size is 5. Change it. 5. Okay. Okay. Now copy this one. Right click. Snap on. Ortho off. Press it here. Escape. Copy. Snap off. Ortho on. Okay. Now you change the name. It will be 3. It will be 2. Okay. It will be 1. Now you have to move 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is not move, copy again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right click. Or snap. Now snap off. So see, these grid lines are, and the grid numbering are done. Right? Hello, students. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
শুনতে পাচ্ছ সবাই? বুঝতে পারছো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Yes, sir.
বোঝা যাচ্ছে
Yes,
তাই
sir.
তো? Completed so far the margin line, outside margin line, outer lines, inner lines with different thickness. We have divided the rectangle by exploding. We are separating the sides of the rectangle by explosion or explode command. We have divided the lines by divide command. We have changed the shape of the points, right? We have understood the object snap. We have understood the ortho command. We have drawn the vertical lines, the grid lines, horizontal grid lines. We have also created texts for grid naming, like 1, 2, 3, 4 or ABCD, right? We have completed this part. Now we have to, all of you can listen me.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Now we have to create this title box. Okay, this part, the lower right hand side, you can see where the Jadavpur University, the name of the student section class are written. This is called the title box, right? We have to create the title box. Okay. Now, if we wish to create the title box, with different layer. Obviously, we want to do this because suppose in future if you want to change the design of title box, right? Then you can just change the layer. Okay. So we'll take another layer for the title box and then create the title box one, right? So let's see what is the dimension. The length is 110, height is 55. Length is 110, height is 50. I have to remember this one. Also remember. Okay. So I have to do this in a different layer. To create another layer. This is for title, write TITLE, title box. Sorry. TITLE, title box. Okay. Now we want to see the line with blue color. Will it be okay? Okay, blue. Okay. And the line is thickness, and what will be the line width? 22 was for the vertical line, so make it 18 or 20. Okay, 18. Okay, 18.18 millimeter. Will it be good or no? Just change it, okay? Do it 0.25. 0.25 will be good for 0.25 millimeter. Apply. Okay. Now go to that title box. So the vertical line was it was 110 by 55, right? What can I do?
Yes, sir.
I can take a height from any point. Snap off from this point, okay? or from this point. I'm going to draw a line of length 110, okay? Now, I have chosen the initial point as this one, but I want to draw a line of 110, which is 90 degree with the positive x-axis. So since I have chosen the initial point, I want to find out the coordinate of the second point to draw a line with respect to the initial one. In the command line, you have to remember this one. At the rate 1110, because the unit is millimeter, angle symbol 90 degree. Right? If you write this, you will get one line. There is a mistake. Why I'm saying that? Okay. There is a mistake. Why? Let's check it. Write here line command line. Before that, I make it off, ortho off, snap off. Okay. Command line. Line. This is the snap. I've taken the snap in point. Snap off. Direct. 110 angle 90 degree. Enter. Now see. This is the 110 length line. And check it. Okay. Now why in previous case, why I did mistake? I did a mistake because the track, object snap tracking and the object snap was on. I have uh, I have taken a snap from this point because it is needed. But for the second point, while it is coming over here, right? Since the by default the snap and tracking is on, it will track the midpoint and this intersection point, all these things. So due to that, what happens? The line actually shifts from 90-degree. Okay, so many times it happened, and you also have seen that sometimes I am making snap on while selecting the points and 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 for placing the entities A B C D 1 2 3 4, you have seen that, right? When I was placing this A B C D over here, intentionally I made off object snap and the object track, right? If I don't make it off, then what will happen? Though you are trying to place in between the lines, it will either jump on this line or that line or very close to the intersection points. So this is the problem. That's why the line was a little bit shifted from the 90-degree verticality, right? So this is the vertical line. I've given the command like that, and I have received the line as it is, as I wished. So this is 110, and this length is 15, right? Sorry. This is 55, this is 110, so I have to change it again, okay? So no problem. I delete this one. I delete this one. Go for command. Snap. Take a snap of this. Okay, snap off. At the rate, it will be 55. Angle 90-degree. So we have this one. Okay. And this length is 110. So now I can, initial point is given. I can give a command in the command prompt at the rate. How much length? 110. What is the angle? 180-degree
90.
from 180-degree from positive 8, right? Positive x. See? Okay. Now I can close it. Now, when I want to close it, so you can see this line also, it will be vertical line, right? So instead of writing the same command, I just click ortho on, right? Now see, and snap on. As simple as that. Okay. Now, this 55 height is divided, it is 25, 55, 25, 55. Okay. I will do it again, and then this is 15, 25. How much it comes? It is 10 then. 10, 25, 55 is 30. 30, 10, 10, 10. This is also 10. So 10 gap. I have to draw the horizontal lines at 10 millimeter gap. So what I have to do, I have drawn this line already. So I have to just make offset of this one. Offset. It's not taking snaps or tracking. Now I have to give this 10 millimeter. Select this one. To select this one, this, right? Okay, escape. You see how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. And from here it is 25. From here it is 15. It is 55. Okay. From here it is 55. So I have to draw another line from here. Take a snap from here. Right. 55 at the right angle. How much? 180 degree.
180.
So this is the line, right? Uh, I've dropped the line like that because it is better to have orthon. Okay. Okay. Now I have drawn this line, and 1, 2, 3 lines. Now I have to delete this line, because there is no line. Achha. This line is basically overlapping, so I can delete this one. So the left hand side of this line, this portion has to be deleted. So the command for this kind of deletion is trim. It's called the trim, right? The trim command acts like a scissor, right? So this trim I invoked. My scissor is this line. Right click, confirm it, and then I click this one. So this is deleted. Okay. Right. Again, I see. Okay. This portion of the line has to be deleted again. Okay. Again, I go to trim command. This is the scissor. Right click. Click this one. Got it. Now I have to small thing here, 25. Okay. So I have to divide this segment by 25, right? So what can I do? I take a line from here, 25 at the rate 180, right? Okay, I can delete this line. I can trim this line. Now check 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I have 4 segments. Let's check it. Angular projection, scale, this. Okay. Right. So I completed the basic structure of the title box. Right. Now I want to put some dimensions on this. Right. What are the dimensions? Right. That we have to remember. So I'll put the dimension on that. Actually, in case of actually, you don't need to give dimension for this length because this is used for the template purposes, right? So you have to remember this one once, the length and the width of the title box, and you have to draw it. You need not to give the dimension, but here I have given dimension for your simplicity of the drawing, for your ease to drawing, right? If I don't give the dimension, you could not draw the title box. So I also want to give the dimension over here so that you can understand in how many ways we can give the dimensioning. We can do the dimensioning. Okay. So this is your dimension toolbar. Right? There are so many things to learn from the AutoCAD. There are so many commands, right? There is no end to it. But to start with, we have to start with the basics that I'm saying. So this is the dimension toolbar. So you have to go to here, the dimension style. Okay, you have to go to modify over here. From here, you can change the different shape. Precision, you change to 0, right? First, so start from the lines. Extend beyond ticks. Baseline spacing. Vertical above, right above, horizontal center, aligned with dimension line, right? Then above, centered, aligned with dimension line. There are other schemes also. You can choose this one, but for that you have to set this dialog box. You have to save it, right? You have to understand it. But for the timing, you start doing dimensioning with this standard, which is the aligned with dimension line. Dimension has to be put above the line and it has to be horizontal. Okay. Lines. Baseline spacing. So there is the extension line and the baseline. You want to put the number. So that spacing, suppose you want to give, say, 1.5. Right? You have given the, for dimensioning, you need the dimension line and the extension line. The extension line touches the dimension line and it goes beyond the dimension line. So that value you have to put. And the offset from the origin. Offset from the origin means when you want to put a dimension, you draw extension and the dimension line. That is okay. And you also put a number, right? But that extension line has to become from the surface of the object, right? Now, if you start drawing a line from the surface of the object, it may seem that it is a part of the actual object. Actually, it is not. So for that purpose, in AutoCAD, there is a scheme that you have to start the extension line little bit away from a distance from the object, right? So that is the offset from the origin. So you can give a small value over here. Okay. Now text size height you can give, say 2, start with 2. Let's check. Okay. Now let's see how it looks. See. This is the extension. This is the gap, right? That is okay. This is the height of the dimension. So I think it has to be increased a little bit. So delete this one. So you change the arrow size to 1. Lines extend beyond dimension line to 0.6. Offset from the origin, it gives 0.08. Sorry, 1.8. Okay. Text height, you provide text a little bit larger, say 3.6. Let's check what happens. Okay, this is okay, but I have to increase this one now. Let's do this one thing. Again, I have to go to this. That is okay. Offset from the dimension line. This is not changing. This is not changed. I have to change this one. Offset from the origin. That is clear. Extend beyond dimension line. Make it 3. Okay. Arrowhead. Arrow size. Make it 2.6. Okay, okay. Now it looks better now. So in this way, you can modify and save a particular setting in a template. Okay. Now I'm deleting this one. Now I want to take another layer for dimension. Dimension, right? Continuous color. You want to change color? Which color you prefer? This one, gray. Okay. And the thickness, the dimension line thickness has to be very thin one. So I've given 0.05, right? So I've given the dimension line. Oh, sorry, I have to change it. I think this value, I have to change it. Let's see. Modify text height for, okay, modify, okay, close. Now, snap. Okay. This way you can give the dimensioning. You can do the dimensioning. Now you have to give name over here like this. Jadavpur University name, class, roll number on the same line, then the title of the drawing, and then you have to write this thing which are very standard. So let's do it. Now go to text layer. Text one, this one, right? Okay. Oh, sorry. Click texts. Ortho may be on, but the snap tracking may be off. Right. But to write, Jadavpur University. Jadavpur University. So increase the size. 6 is okay. Okay. You can change also the color. Okay. Right. Now just by selecting this, you can move it. Right. Then you can write your name. Just copy it. Copy. Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Noise আসছে কেন? Right. Copy. Ortho on. Snap off. So that it aligns. That's got alignment with vertical line. Okay. Okay. Do it like that. Then select this one. Change here with your, I think your name, no? And the name. Orko. So Orko. Change the size. Smaller. Okay. Change it to your class and roll number. CLAS class. Say EE or ME. Sorry. ME 2. Right. Section. Say A2. You can write in this way. Give a dash. Right. Then roll. Sorry. अच्छा. What is this? Okay. MEARGHYA. In this way, you can do it. And this is the title box. Here you have to, sorry, this space is the title, drawing title. Or AWINGTLE. Drawing title. Right? So what I can do is make it in this way. Okay. Title of the drawing you can write over here. in this space. Here, you have to write the dimension type. So in standard title box, this statement is written clearly that all dimensions are millimeter. Why it is written? Because, see, here I have not given 25 millimeter, 35 millimeter, or 45 millimeter as units. So if it is not given, it implies that that 25, 35, it is not in meter or kilometer, it must be in millimeter. Right? To confirm that, we have to write over here. So let's write all dimensions are in millimeter. Okay, so you can make it a little larger in this way. And here you have to write the scale of the drawing. SCALE, scale. Do it in 4. Oh, okay, 3. Right? Suppose you have chosen 1 or is to 2 scale, for example. But most of the cases, the scale is 1:1. Now, what does the ratio 1:1 mean? Means that the actual size of the object, which is given in the problem as dimension, exactly with that dimension, you are going to draw the drawing over here, right? You are not shortening the length of the object, right? You have the same dimension, same size. Okay. So you can write the scale over here. Here you have to write the drawing number, assignment, all right, number, etc., with get. That is also very important. So that was the drawing title. Here the drawing number. Say D. Right, assignment number ASSGN. Assignment number. Right. Followed by drawing number. Draw number. So write in this way. Right? Assignment number. I can write the assignment number. Suppose you have this assignment number 1, you can write 01. Right? In assignment number 1, you may have 2 sheets, 2 templates. Right? So here the assignment number is 01. If it is page 1, problem 1, so you write 01. If it is problem 2, you write 02. It means that this is the assignment number 1 with number 2 problem sheet of the drawing sheet, right? In this way, you can give a name, and then you can write the date. Say 31/08/21. You can give a bigger So you can give it a bigger size, or 2.5, 2.5. Okay, right. So in this way, you can give the numbering to the drawing sheet, right? This is the assignment number 1 with problem sheet 2, or the drawing sheet 2. Here, it is the place for the angular projection. Angular projection, right? Now, what is the angular projection? I explained in earlier classes that in 2 ways we are going to draw the drawing, right? One is the American way, another is the British way. So the number 1 is the British way, which is the first angle projection, right? If you have a truncated cone, right, and it is lying down in this way in front of you, you will see it as a trapezium, right, with axis horizontal. If you see from the left-hand side, you will see the 2 circles, the top circle and the base circle, that will be like this. If you see from this side and you draw what you see from the left-hand side, you draw it on the right-hand side. So that is the first angle projection. You know that it is explained in the last semesters. In the third angle projection, the same thing. You have the lying truncated cone in this way with the axis horizontal. If you see from the left-hand side, if you see from this side, you draw, you see the top circle and the base circle, right? And these 2 circles, concentric circles, and that will be drawn on the same side. Same side means from the side from which you are viewing the truncated cone in the lying condition. So that is the third angle projection. So this projection is very important in a particular drawing sheet. If you have the first angle drawing, if you draw all the drawings in the first angle, you have to give mention the angular projection by just giving the symbols, right? For the third angle, the symbol is like that. If in a particular sheet there is a mixture of the first angle and the third angle, it is preferable that don't give any angular projection symbol over there in that slot, right? Rather, you just below the drawing, you write the first angle or the third angle, okay? Now, this angular projection has got a standard dimensions like that, okay? It's a parametric in nature. Now, when it is in the first angle, it will be like that this is a truncated cone, its length is given t, while the base diameter is d, and from the center, this distance is 1.25 times from this edge, and this length is d, and this angle is 30. So in this way, we need to prepare this angle symbol for the angular projections, right? Because we don't know at which angular projection I have to draw the drawing. So remember this. This is this is 5D, and this is how much? Okay, because this dimension will come from here. Okay, so I choose this is as a 20. I consider D as a 20, so that I can calculate this one. Then I will draw this line. Okay, with 30-degree angle, I will draw this one. I'll draw this one, take this length as a 20, right? Or 10. Let's take a distance 10, then this will be 12.5. And I'll get this thing when I take this dimension. Let's do the steps, we'll understand them. So for this thing, I'll prefer to draw the symbol, and I can do it in the third angle as well as in the first angle, but I'll try it in the first angle first. See here that there are different kinds of lines. These are continuous lines. These are the center lines. Okay, so I have to do it in layers. Okay, I'm taking another layer, which is the draw lines, drawing lines. DRA draw line. Okay. So I choose it the same color. The continuous line is this continuous. Okay, and the thickness. This is the outline. This is I consider as 30. Right, outline of the objects. I consider it, the thickness of the line as 0.3. Color is okay. Color is same. I don't want to change colors. Apply. I want to take another line. I want to take another layers. And to take another layers. That is for the drawing line, the continuous thick line with thickness 0.3. And this line, this line is the it's called center line, CENTER or TRE, center line. Okay, that symmetry line. And I want to take this symmetric line as this green, okay, or this type, okay, this color. And line is continuous. It is not continuous. It is chain line. For that, I have to load the line. So I have to click the load. I have to click the load, and I have to load the line from here. Center line, center 2x, center 5x, this kind of line. Center 0.5x, this line. Okay, I've loaded the line, right? Okay, right? And this thickness is very thin, 0.5. But why it is continuous? Okay, I've selected that one, then it is changed. Apply. Okay, right. So first of all, I want to take the center line like that. Ortho on. Now here you cannot see the line, but if I zoom it, then you can see. Okay, and to make it visible as a center line, I have to scale. I have to change the scale of the line type scale here. Suppose if I change to 5, enter, can I see the line? Yes, now I can see the line, right? So I've changed from the property. Now I have to go for drawing this one. First of all, I want to draw this bigger circle with diameter D. Here I choose the diameter as a 10, right? And before that, I want to make sure, just a minute. Before that, I want to have make it 5. For that, I want to have a center point, right? Intersection point. So now to draw a circle. For the circle, I have to draw with draw lines, right? So the draw line is this one. I select that particular layer. Then go to circle command. Then object snap on. Track on. Intersection point. You get the intersection point, right? Now I have to draw a circle with a diameter, say, 10 millimeter. Radius or the diameter. I write here diameter in the command. So diameter very large. I choose diameter 10 millimeter. So this is the diameter. So now if I want to extend this line up to here, so I have to go to extension. This is the outline. This is that in this way. Okay. Now in the figure, from this center to this edge is 1.25. That means in my case it is 12.5. So I have to take a distance 12.5. So I have to take a distance from here 12.5. So this snap on. This is the intersection 12.5. 12.5. So at the rate 12.5. Okay. This is with 180 degree angle. 180 degree angle. So this is that line. If I draw the ortho vertical, it will look like that. Now, this is the starting point of this line. Okay. Similarly, I have drawn this. Enter. Okay. Now from these 2 points, I have to draw this inclined line and this inclined line, okay, which is 30 degree, 15 degree, right? This is 15 degree, this is 15 degree. So 15 plus 15, 30 degree. So if it is 15 degree line, then how much it is? 180 plus 15. Isn't that 195? So I have to draw a line like that. Right. I have to make sure that ortho is off, snap is off, track is off. Right? Line thickness. I don't know. Any line thickness. Say, give it 15 or 18, something like that. Angle is how much? 195, no? 195. So this is that line. I've drawn this line. I have to make a copy of this. Mirror copy. So this is the mirror command. Click mirror. Select this one. Confirm it. Then specify the first point of the mirror line, because I want to have a mirror about this line. So this is the lines. To make snap on. This is that line. Right? Enter. See? This started from here. Very clear? Right? Now I can delete these lines. I can delete this one line, this lines. Now here, then I have to go for diameter D, which is 10 from this end, right? To make it a truncated cone. So from here, intersection, how much distance? Enter. Is it 10? This 180 degree angle. In this way. So this is the 10 line. Now drop a line from here. Make it vertical. That makes it. Now trim the lines. Trim the lines. Trim the lines. Right. Okay. You can check the angle between these two. So go to the angle in the dimension toolbar. Check the angle. It is 30 degree. Okay, right. So it is rightly drawn. You don't have to give the dimension over here. Okay. Now you can draw the inner circles. How? This is the endpoint, orthon. This is the center. Go for the center of the circle. Endpoint. Right. Now check this diameter of the circle. Sorry. It has to be 5. Check it. Oh, yeah. 5. Do you get it? So if it is 10, it will be 5. Okay. Now, do it in a better manner. Little larger. Then go to extension, this line, because I want to extend this line up to this. And then I have to delete the line in this way. Ortho. Trim this line. Right. Keep it trim. Erase. Okay. I've drawn the angular symbol for the angular projection. I have to shift it over here. Okay. Now copy it. Copy the whole thing. Right? Right click. Specify the base point. Design. So if you want to place it here, it is not accommodating within this space. So escape it. What we can do? We can scale. Scale it. Go for the scale command. Select object, select all. Right click, specify base point. Scale factor, how much you want to reduce? Reduce it by 0.8. Enter. Now it is smaller. Now copy it. It is just accommodating within this. Snap off, track off. somehow I'm managing to place the angular projection over here. Now delete this one. Now see, this is your template. Once you have done this, you don't have to repeat this one. You can make two templates with angular projection first angle and or this third angle, right? In the template, you don't have to draw these lines, but for the first assignment, all of you do the same thing as it is here and make it PDF and submit to me as a first assignment, right? I want to see that. From first assignment onwards for other assignments where you have to draw any other object over here in the template. You are using this template as a regular template. There, you don't need these dimensions, okay? But in the first assignment, you have to do this for me, okay? Now, so I've created the template. This is done. Now, how to make it PDF, right? How to make it a PDF. Okay, first of all, I want to save it. How to save it? Go to File, Save As, create a folder in Documents or Desktop, anywhere, right? Your assignment folder or the drawing folders, but actually the drawing template, if you click it here, template is only saved. Where is DWT? Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay. Save as. I want to save as DWT, AutoCAD drawing template. There is a default folder where all templates are stored. So you have to save your template in that particular folder only, right? But for the drawing, you create another folder where you can save it in your name. And you see that in the template, the extension is DWT. Here you can write template A4 ME 2 A2 B2 EE2 A2. Okay, in this way. Save A4. Okay. Okay. So it is saved with extension DWT. Okay. And all the settings, what settings you have done, whatever settings you have done over here, that has been stored. Okay. Now save it there. See DWT. Right. Now, if you want to go for printing the same, how do I print? See here, go to plot. See, I have selected the Microsoft XPS document writer earlier because we have to select it at the initial stage. It's not needed, but this printer name, it has to provide earlier. It's at the start of the drawing. What to file, not layout, fit to the paper 1:1. I have checked it. Okay. Now is a window. Extend. Go to extend. Click this. Extend. Okay. Sorry. I made a mistake. plot is not extend, it is window, right? You have to select window. If you select window, you can choose it from here, from this end, this rectangle corner. So that is the extent of my drawing. Once I select this one, now I go to OK. I can go to OK. And A4. A4. Right? A4. Sorry. Add A4. Add for template, set on the desktop. So where it is that? This is there. This is there. See, this has been saved in XPS template. Now, since I don't have that PDF printer, what I can do, I can use the same to convert in the PDF by online mode, right? I can change it to the online, change it to PDF through online PDF converter, okay? But in your case, you must have that PDF printer or something else, so you can do it. Okay. So this thing you have to submit as assignment number 1. Your Google Classroom link is provided for the respective classes. I request the seers of the respective classes to send those links to your classmates. Okay, so that they can submit it.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully, today's class is clearly understood. If you have any problem, you can ask me questions, okay?
Okay, sir.
Do you have any questions, queries? Tomorrow I will send, tomorrow by 10, I'll be able to send the video. So you share the video to all students, okay?
Okay, sir.
At least, and create that template and send it to upload to the Google Classroom. Make sure that with section A2, don't mix up the assignments, right? So many times it happens that A2 section students, they are allotted to, they are assigned to that another sections, right? So don't do this. So be careful before registering your name to a particular sections. Otherwise, your assignment will be missing. I won't be able to find out your assignments. As a result, your marks will be deducted. Okay? Hopefully, you all understand. Clear?
Yes, sir.
সবাই বুঝতে পেরেছো? কারো কোনো অসুবিধা হয়েছে আজকে? বোঝা গেছে? You can do it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
স্যার আমার এই পার্টটা আমার ঠিক একটু প্রবলেম হচ্ছে স্যার। এই যে আমি মোবাইলে এটাকে কি করে দেখাবো আমি আপনাকে বুঝতে পারছি না।
মোবাইলে কেন তুমি আমাকে দেখাবে? You have to do it in a laptop.
Yes, sir. Shall I present my screen once?
Okay, you can present your screen. What is your query actually?
Sir, the last part during the angle of projection thing,
Yeah.
there I am having a bit of problem. I have
Yeah. Tell me. You can see the screen now? Where is the problem?
sir, I could follow up till here. This up till here I could follow. After that, this part where we need to create a circle with black color, I'm having a problem in that one.
Okay, no problem. Actually, here we are using the two layers. The outline of the object, this is basically a truncated cone. This is the two circles, right? And these are the continuous line. For the continuous line in this projection drawing, I have used one layer. The layer name is draw lines. Draw lines. Okay.
Okay, sir.
When you do the drawing, you also try to give name to different layers as I have given. I have used a second layer here for the center lines, line of symmetries. And the color of the line of symmetries will be changed so as to see the center of, so as to show that the two layers are different, right? Line of symmetry or the center lines, their layer name is a center and the color is something different, not black. But the continuous line color is a black, right? Black or white. Now there are two layers. There are two layers, right? When you draw the circle, first of all, you have to select the center point. So where do I select the center point? Unless otherwise I have an intersection point. That's why initially I have drawn a center line, then draw a vertical line, find a center point, intersection point, about which I have drawn a circle. I have assumed that this circle, the bigger circle radius as 10 millimeter, right? But since I know this is a 10 millimeter, I've drawn it. I know from the center of the circle, this length is 12.5 millimeters. So I come over here, right? At this point, 12.5. Now from 12.5, if I draw a line like that, and from the projection from this point and this point, because I'm viewing the circle from here, so the projection will be the maximum line, the length of the line extended up to this, because this point and this point must be same, right? So I get this, right? So once I get this point and this point, I have drawn the inclined line, which is 15-degree inclination. And I mirrored this line with respect to this mirror, the center line. So I get this line starting from here. Now I connect this one. I checked whether the angle between this inclined and this slant line is 30 degree or not. I have checked, it is okay. Okay, I have taken this distance 10, then only I can draw this one. This is that. And when I shift, I have drawn this figure arbitrarily. I don't know whether this dimension is fitted. It is suitable to fit within that small slot of the title box. Then what I did, I just reduced the scale of the drawing and fit it there. That's it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Hi,
When we have to submit this?
Tomorrow I will send you the video, right? You get one demo to complete that drawing, because I have completed it almost, right? You have to see and do it of your own. It's very simple.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.